He gave away $400 million. Andrew Forrest has donated $400 million to charity in addition to the $65 million that he donated a few years ago. This is the purpose of these extremely wealthy people in our society, is to give back. And it may feel great and they may want to wrap their ego around it. That's wonderful. The real reason that they can add massive value to society is by giving back. And there was an article written by Andrew Carnegie called The Gospel of Wealth. I would encourage you to read. And it speaks about the obligation that is bestowed upon wealthy individuals to give back and to build libraries in universities and to grow universities and to give back to society, and how that is so important to everybody in society. If you're fortunate enough, you have the opportunity and the intelligence and the capability to become very wealthy, then it is your obligation to society to give back is the essential message. And there's some great and wonderful philanthropists all over the world, but the Gospel of Wealth is perhaps the best article that I've seen from Andrew Carnegie of Carnegie Mellon University fame about why it is so incumbent on people of wealth to give back. It's been a busy week. Last week I had a workshop in Sydney. I had another workshop with Entrepreneurs Organisation in Perth. And then I had another workshop on Saturday. So 3 workshops in 1 week. It was a really interesting and diverse week. Quite a lot happening, bringing on more and new and diverse clients, which is really, really fun and exciting. Why do people become entrepreneurs? What is it that drives people? Well, I think that there are really 3 things. It is to grow wealth, to build wealth, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with that, because that gives them the second thing, which is freedom. A lot of them are really looking for freedom in their own way. They're looking for freedom from perhaps a boss, or financial freedom so that they can be in control of their lives. But then the third is impact, I think, and that is that they really want to make an impact in the world, and that could be through philanthropy, like Andrew Forrest did with his $400 million donation. It could be by the creation of jobs, could be the creation of a meaningful work environment for people. It could be a competitive work environment that aligns with like-minded people. But the third one is really around impact. So number 1 is building your personal wealth so that you don't have to rely on other people. Number 2 is freedom, so that you have the freedom to not rely on other people, and that you're able to enjoy the lack of an obligation to that comes with debt and money. And then number 3 is impact, creating jobs, making the world a better place, making people happy with your efforts. I've spoken to you before about one of the really profound statements for me, and that was from Albert J. Beveridge in his 1900 book, Work and Habits, where he said, every man's challenge is to make your effort count for the most. And I believe when you align that with wealth, freedom, impact, that kind of aligns pretty well for me. And so I always felt as though I could never rely on the government to provide handouts. I had to always make my own future. I didn't think that the government, the pension was anything to look forward to. In fact, it was a world of poverty and misery, and that was nothing that I wanted to be a part of. But the endeavour of challenge and hard work to create that freedom, that wealth, that impact, that is entrepreneurship. That was a much brighter and shinier future compared to that of poverty and the pension. So if we go back to Andrew Carnegie and the Gospel of Wealth, and we consider impact as being one of the key three things, freedom, wealth, and impact for entrepreneurs, if one is really very, very successful and they can't spend a lot of their money, or they don't care to spend a lot of their money, impact becomes even more profound, and legacy. And that means that in spending your money, or in gifting your money, as Carnegie put it, it's harder to give away your money intelligently than it is to earn it in the first place. Any fool can give away their money, but if you're motivated by impact, leaving a legacy, having an impact on society, giving it away intelligently is really a conundrum and a real and genuine challenge, and that's what the Gospel of Wealth speaks to. I've changed the vlog quite a bit. As I'm making more videos, I'm learning about what I like, about what other people like, what's interesting, and how to perhaps structure the videos. I'm really at the moment where my head is at is I'm building, as you may have noticed, I'm building single videos for specific purposes. For example, there was one called Brand Promise Examples the other day, and Daily Huddles. So really trying to dig in for a deep dive on one or two of our subjects. And then there's vlogs at this point where I'm really talking to the camera, speaking about what's happening in my life and how things are traveling. I don't know how they're going to evolve in the future, but that's where I'm at the moment. It's a little bit less of many subjects, a little bit more talking about what's going on, and then trying to nail into one or dive into one particular subject. I don't know if I've ever really addressed why I'm doing these videos, maybe in the first couple, but I look at people who are helping companies to grow, like myself, perhaps advisors or consultants or coaches, whatever you want to call them, and they write their own books, and I get that author equals authority. I get that there's value behind a book, but there are about 1,000 business books published in the US every week. If everyone else is doing it, it straight away says to me, well, you've got to try something different. And that's kind of the driver behind this. I like the video medium. I like the fact that you can put up interesting little things and you can interact in a whole new way. I'm guessing that over time it's going to build into a collection of information, not unlike a book, but in a completely different medium and with a completely different purpose. And it's going to be more authentic. That's really what I'm trying to achieve here. Less prescriptive, less university lecturer, and more authentic, and just sharing my journey along the way. Don't forget to take a look at my website. Don't forget to subscribe and take a look at my online training. Thanks for watching.